What's poppin', everybody? Now, I know I said I wasn't coming over here to go live. I'm not going to say psych out live because I'm still going to go live on TikTok right here. So y'all have a choice as to which platform y'all can decide to come and listen to. But what's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin'? It's your girl, Henny. And I am back to pour up plenty of your afternoon court docs, okay? Let's get into it. Today has been a very emotionally draining type of day, if it was emotional for you. Many people are probably triggered, but we're not triggered over here. We're going to get into all of this. Now, if you're watching over here, and you're following me on TikTok, then you may end up getting an alert that I am about to go live on TikTok as well. Hold on. Because I am. But I'm going to wait for y'all to come on in here because this is, live on both platforms. Oh, I don't even know why this filter is like this on TikTok, but we gonna keep it. All right, so y'all ready? Because we about to get into it. All right, y'all, what's poppin', what's poppin', what's poppin', everybody? It's your girl, Henny, and I'm back to pour plenty of the afternoon court shots that y'all came here to listen to. So whether you are listening to me on TikTok or you're watching me over here on YouTube, I'm about to give you all of the hot Henny. Baby, we are talking about hotel parties that are not being called freak-offs as we know them. They're actually being called hotel nights. Now, if you are on TikTok, you keep falling, and I don't know why. I'm trying to keep the phone stable, I guess because I was making moves. Child, this has been a day. I done ran through 3 different types of ink, honey. All of this right here is Jane Doe, but we're going to touch on some of it. I may not give it all to you. But anyway, today they have established transportation to engage in prostitution. They have also established coercion. They have also established the rug trafficking. Baby, these escorts been around the world and Do you hear me? Do you hear me? So, they started off by asking her. Now, let me tell you, Diddy has on like a black or dark blue sweater with a white button up, all right? The usual salt and pepper and whatever. He was sitting there chilling. Now, when Jane Doe came into the courtroom, Diddy's eyes was on Jane as she walked up to the witness stand. And his eyes remained locked on her for a while, y'all. Do you hear me? Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love. All right. So they started off with the first trip that she took to Vegas, all right, with in 2023. She said that they got on his jet and stayed 2 nights because Diddy had a hosting out there in Vegas, right? So they was out there. He said after he did his performance that he wanted some entertainment. And y'all know what kind of entertainment he wants. To take that kind, allegedly. I can't even say allegedly in this, okay? So they got into phrases and were asking her what the phrase off the grid meant. And she said that whenever he said that he was going off the grid, that meant that he was going to be free and carefree. And he referred to her as a freak. He would say things to her like, I want my freak. And that basically meant for her to get wild and sexual, you guys, okay? Now, they got into the patterns of how these hotel nights went, all right? She said that protection was not an option. Now, we talked about this yesterday about how protection was not an option for her, and I know that I titled this video wrong. It is day 18. I think it said day up to 18 here on YouTube, but I didn't say day 18 here on TikTok, all right? So She said that she asked him 2 times. There was 2 times in all of this time, because remember, she dealt with him from May of 2021 all the way until April of 2024 this year when he got arrested, all right? So she said in all of that time, she asked him about using protection twice, and it did not go so well. Diddy basically told her, yes, I am on YouTube right now. Diddy basically told her that he didn't want to see that. That while he was watching it, he just basically wanted to see the raw, intimate action. Now I'm trying to be correct, because I don't know over here on the TikTok of what I can say and what I can't say, but that's basically what it is that he was saying. Like, he didn't want to see that because it was a turn off, all right? I said and made a note that it's because he wanted to see the glizzy glisten. Did that make sense to y'all? Henny glasses in the chat if y'all understand what I was saying when I was saying what I was saying, okay? She said she spoke with him about using protection outside of the hotels, but she didn't remember the specifics of the conversation. She said she even asked one of the escorts one time if they could use, you know, if he could put one on. And while they were looking for it, Diddy came out and he was like, you was already taking that, Like, in other words, y'all was already getting busy. So being that y'all was already getting busy, what you want one now for? Baby, let me tell you something. They played the audio in court. I'm not going to lie to you. Maybe inside the courtroom, they could hear very well what was going on. But it was a little distorted. We could make out that it was Diddy's voice. We could make out that it was Jane's voice that was on there. We could barely really hear what it is that she was saying. But the AUSA, when they played it again, she's underneath direct with AUSA Comey, okay? So when they played the audio back and Comey started telling us basically, like asking Jane, what did it mean when he said this? What did it mean when he said that? We were able to understand exactly what was going on. And what was going on is Diddy was pissed that they were looking for protection. He didn't want to see that. He didn't want that, all right? Now, she did get into, again, we got into this yesterday about how the guy would finish, and if the guy would finish in her or on her, right? Diddy would not have her take a shower. She would have to stay like that. Like, he would have intimacy with her, with all of this stuff, and then he would do his thing, and she said she would have to stay like that. All right, you guys, if you're on TikTok, I'm going to stay over here on YouTube. I have to focus. This is too much for me, all right? I'll see y'all in a minute. All right. So, she would have to stay like that with no cleanup. Now, if there was another guy coming, because there was sometimes, thank you, uniquely, let me pin that. There would be times that she would have a session with one escort, but they call them entertainers, okay? They call them entertainers, but they're the male escorts, all right? She would have relations with one escort, then have relations with Diddy. Then if there was another one coming, she would take a shower in between, and it was like wash, rinse, repeat, back into the hotel parties. Baby, I don't know. This was a lot, okay? She would go 1 to 3 rounds with each of the escorts, and Diddy was the one who was deciding how many rounds she would go, who the people were that she would be doing these rounds with. He even controlled when she could stop, when she was tired. Now, she said she couldn't go to sleep until he said, and when she said this, she broke down and started crying, you guys, all right? When she got tired and she wanted to stop, and she would like give him like little subtle gestures, like say things like, oh, I'm hungry. She would go lay down, or she would give him like a face. And sometimes he would react to these with the, you're not getting tired of me, or are you? Or let's finish strong, like encouraging her to keep going until the actual act was finished. When and why she didn't just say to stop, or I'm tired, I don't want to do anymore. She said she really didn't know, and she just broke down, okay? He gave her the E to sleep with these escorts, and she said she would take a lot of E multiple times in a single night given to her by Diddy. So her testimony is that he was giving her multiple e-pills to keep her up and keep her going during these hotel nights. Now, she cried 2 times. They asked her if she ever cried after she had one of these hotel nights, and she said she cried 2 times after. The first time that she had broke down crying, she thought that it would just be them on a date night. Like, he had told her, oh, we're gonna go out, we're gonna chill, we're gonna have a good time. So they was out and it was just them on a date night. And she ended up in a hotel party that lasted 3 rounds, 18 hours. That's right, you heard me. She ended up in a freak off for 3 rounds that lasted 18 hours. Do y'all hear me? Now, when it came down to it, when it came down to everything being said and done, he was like getting ready to up and leave her. And so she said she started crying because it was like, you know, she was feeling used and abused, and, you know, like she was just feeling like, damn, I thought we was gonna have a date night, but this is all you wanted from me. At one point in time, Jane Doe, listen, I'm gonna just give y'all the skimmy. I'm not even gonna read all of this. I'm gonna wait until after court to read all of this. Let me just tell y'all all of this straight up the dome. Forget about reading all of this stuff, okay? She wrote him a message. Now, we didn't really get too much in the way of messages when it came down to Cassie, but she wrote a message to back up the fact that she really was not feeling these nights. Now, she did also talk about a second night when she cried, but she said that those memories were really kind of murky, and I would hope, not hope, but I would believe that they would be murky after all of the E that she was taking. She has admitted to taking E. She has admitted to taking Molly. She tried Tusi, but she said she didn't like the way that Tusi made her feel. It was like a hallucinogenic, and so she felt like her feet weren't touching the floor, so she really did not like the feeling of taking Tusi at all. Now, in the text message, when they asked her if she had ever told him that she just wanted to stop, she didn't want to do these anymore, she did send him a message, and she was like basically explaining to him, like, you know, she wanted to go back to the beginning. I wish that we could go back to the time when it was just me and you and we were getting to know one another. I feel like I opened up Pandora's box, and now I can't close the door, and now I feel like I have to do these things, or else you won't pay the rent on my house. You're gonna take the roof from over my head. She basically was explaining how she felt stuck in this situation, that she felt disgusting. She felt nasty when she was doing them. And Diddy's reply to her after all of that, girl, stop. She said that there were times like she would go do these hotel nights, and she would try to push through it because she just wanted to get it done and over with. And the reason why she would do them is because she wanted to keep him happy. She kept referring to him as her partner. I just want to see my partner happy. I just want to make my partner happy. I just want to keep my partner happy. That's what she kept saying. And, you know, she was like, she really wasn't enjoying this. So what she would do is she would try to tune herself out and disassociate from it and just kind of like keep pushing. She said that she would I'm trying to read. Hold on, guys. Now, he didn't like when she would push through it, okay? She said that when she would try to push through these things, that he would absolutely not like it. He would tell her, slow it down. Let's finish strong. Things like that, like pull back, not yet. Giving her those types of cues and keywords. And at this point in time, the defense tried to object. The judge said overruled. And then they asked for a sidebar. So you know there was a sidebar that happened, okay? She said after each one of these nights, she would be happy that it ended. And the only reason why she was happy that it ended is because she would then be able to spend time with Diddy, just her and him. There would be no more escorts, no more nothing, just her and him. And she understood in her mind the dynamics that their relationship became was she would have to do these freak offs in order to get the time with him. So it's like she used the word love. She loved him. She loved him. She wanted to be with him. And so she's doing these things to keep him happy. At some point in time, I think she said in 2023, they started going back to his house after they would have one of these hotel nights. And she said after the hotel night, she would also be happy because this is when she would be able to take care of him. This is when she would be able to cook for him, massage him, put him to sleep, make sure that he's clean and he took his shower and all of that stuff. And she would actually, like, it sounded like to me she would be happy because they would have that dynamic of a relationship. And this is very eerily similar to some of the things that Cassie has told us. With Cassie, they were freak offs. With this girl, they were hotel rooms. With Cassie, she wanted to be his exclusive girl, even though we saw her and they had this out in the public, out in the open type of relationship. Guys, I really got to get myself together. They had this out in the open type of relationship. It was never monogamous on Diddy's side, and that's what Cassie wanted the most. Here with Jane Doe, it wasn't so much a matter of they weren't monogamous, because she said that she understood that it wasn't monogamous from his side, but she was monogamous because he's the one that she wanted to be with. Now, she wanted that girlfriend-boyfriend time. She wanted that alone time with him. So in order to get to what she wanted, she had to give him what he wanted. That is how this is coming off. She never was able to get through these freak offs alone either, like without any type of assistance as far as taking substances to get her through it. She said that she had to take E, she had to take Molly in order to get through it because, like I said earlier, this helped her to disassociate from things. She did try to do a freak off twice. She tried to do 2 different freak offs without taking any types of substances, and those did not end up going too well. In the middle of one of them, she stopped and she ended up asking for a pill because it felt too real, she said, that this was actually going on. She said when she was taking the substances, the E-pills, the Molly, and all of that, it would help her to kind of disassociate and go into like a fantasy world with everything that was going on. After a while, she just kind of settled into this is what this has become. And so she said that she wanted to start having some control over the people that she was going to be having relations with. Okay, so she wanted to start picking people. So they were watching some corn, and she happened to see a couple of people that she liked from the corn, and she called one that ended up hitting one of them up on IG. This person ended up becoming somebody that she was actually in relations with multiple times after that. Like, he became a regular for her. There was 2 of them, and they came from a place called Cowboy and Angels. I can't remember. I have to go back into the testimony, but I believe we've already heard about Cowboys and Angels from Cassie, but I'm gonna double check myself. From 2001 to 2004, so for 3 years. That means for the last 3 years up to his arrest, you got to remember something. Remember I told y'all that Jane Doe was the last one? Because it was said in the opening statements that after the raid, I'm sorry, it's those little gnat thingies. After the raid, he was trying to get Jane to participate in a freak off with him by offering to pay her rent. Okay, and he had one of his chief of staff call to make sure that the payment would go through. Now, we haven't gotten to that part in the testimony, and the reason that I know that is because of the opening statements. If you have not watched my Jane, Who is Jane video, go watch it, because I did go through the opening statements and gave you the foundation already for this case. What I'm gonna say to you is this is coercion. This is coercion. There is no getting around the if, and, buts, or maybes about it. The coercion has been established, like regardless to what. I don't know if this is the prosecution's last witness. I cannot confirm or deny that. Did you hear that? Is that what you heard? That this is their last? Can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me now? Is some of the background muffled out? Okay, there we go. Look, you can watch a million and one people that are going to come out here and tell you about what happened in court. You can watch a million people that are going to come out here and they're going to read you their notes. But what I'm listening to in there, you guys, at one point in time, they started going through the list of all of the escorts that she had interacted with. Hold on one second, you guys. Okay. Anyway, at one point in time they started going through the list of escorts and that's where we kind of left off at before we went through the break, and she was able to describe some of these people as people that she saw frequently, people that she saw once or twice. She remembered the faces, she may not remember the name. She spoke about one time when Puff Diddy brought somebody to their hotel room that was supposed to come and meet up with them. And she said that she really was not feeling him. And ladies, y'all can probably relate to this, but she wasn't feeling him. She said he was sweaty, that he had a little bit of an odor to him, and she really just did not want to do anything with him. She said that she was trying to like just push past it, but she was like, I can't do this. And the sad part about all of this was her birthday. Diddy flew her out for her birthday and ended up getting her into a hotel night, right? So when that hotel night was not successful, well, let me finish telling y'all about the hotel night. When they were in the midst of the hotel night, she told him that she didn't like, I can't do this, right? So he starts laying down with her and starts doing his do with her intimately. And guess what happens? I'm loving your hair. Um, when he starts doing his do with her, the guy is standing over her. Oh, thank you. Starts doing the do with her, and he's got his member out, and she's looking at it, and Diddy is just saying, "Oh, thank you, thank you." This was just passed to me. Let me share this with you. It says, "You are enough. There is no one like you. So love who you are. And whenever you are in doubt, place your hand on your heart as a reminder of your purpose and that your story matters. Love, Chana Bella." Or Chana Bell. That was beautiful. Aww. So Diddy is saying things to her like, do you want to taste it? Don't you want to taste it? And she's like kind of just getting grossed out by this, all right? So Diddy excuses him from out the room, and they end up leaving the hotel room that they were in and going into a bigger suite. They get to this bigger suite. Remember, it's her birthday. There's a cake, there's balloons, there's flowers, there's gifts, there's dinner. She's thinking, finally, we're going to celebrate my birthday. I went through all of that ugliness just to have my birthday with my partner, with the man that I'm in love with, right? When they get done, he tells her that one of their regular escorts was on the way. Says, I got a surprise for you. And this escort comes in. One that she's used to, that she picked, but that's not what she was under the impression that they were supposed to be doing. She ends up having relations with him, and then another one. Let me make sure that I'm right. Was it two that came in on her birthday? The one that they rejected, and then it was two after that? Right, the first one that she didn't like, and then the two regulars, Paul, and it was that. Is this your pen? No, but I'll keep it. I might need it. All my pens run out of ink. I'm doing crazy, so it might be mine. It may be. You better put it away either way. On her birthday, three. It was the one that she said was yucky that she didn't want to sleep with, and then two of their regulars came in, and she ended up having sex for 18 hours. She did say that. She did say that she thought she was caught up in this thing that she thought was love. At one point, she said she was trying to process all of this. Like she couldn't explain. They were like, well, why wouldn't you take control? Why couldn't you say no? Why couldn't you say I'm tired? Why couldn't you say? The part that really broke her down was when AUSA Comey said to her, why couldn't you say, I don't want to do anymore. I want to sleep. Why couldn't you be in control of your own body? And she just broke down and she started crying and she was like, I don't know. I'm trying to process. I'm trying to process. But, I think the part that bothers me is that people already have this preconceived notion in their minds of innocence or guilt. Okay. I'm just telling y'all the stories right now. But I hear a lot of people, like even as I'm crossing through the courtyard, saying that people make up stuff every day, that they don't believe her story. And it's like, this is the same thing that I keep hearing people saying over and over again. I don't believe Cassie's story. I don't believe Capricorn Clark. I don't believe Mia. Uh-oh, y'all, we got action. Something's happening. Who they running down on? Hold on. I don't know if they running down on somebody or not. Oh, yes, I'm glad. But these two in the blazer, I don't know what they on the move doing, but we watching. We being nosy. Kendall! You getting sexy out here, Kendall?
It's so hot. Like,
I
I
know.
just had on an old flannel shirt. It look all right. I ain't got no mirror.
You
You
good?
got my
Pull
belly.
your belly's out, yeah. Pull a thing up, yeah.
No, wait.
There you go. Pull it up.
What happened was,
Perfect.
nah, that ain't perfect because he just size small.
Okay, but Kendall, let it go and then come look at yourself on the camera. Look.
Thank you.
See?
I can't see what's going on. I need this.
You good.
Should I put the chain here? The belly.
Then it's gonna be too much if you put it up top. Leave it where it is. And like turn it a little to the side. No, yeah, there you go. Turn it to the side
It's
a little bit.
supposed to be hanging like.
Yeah, but that's gonna fall off your ass.
No. This. No, I gotta make sure it's secure because it's not a belly thing. I made it with a necklace. I did like this morning because I was trying to make it double, but it ain't small. I'm not small enough for it to go around my waist. I mean twice. Like
Right.
I think I did it. No, I'm trying to do a knot. Well, it don't matter. I never wore one of these before, so I had this. I usually wear it around my neck because I feed the birds at the park.
Right.
And they know me with this on.
Oh,
I start whistling. Like if I start whistling right now, these birds know about my whistle.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'll show you. They're gonna start chopping stuff down if they feel like it.
Okay.
How is this?
Yeah. Child, she had a waist bead. And he tell her, guys. And he tell her, I got some. I can make her some. All right, so now listen. Across the courtyard, as we walk across, there's many different opinions and many different views on things. And I think that this is the part where I start to kind of tap out from everybody that's around and just really digest what it is that I'm listening to. Because in all honesty, I know that this is, a a trending topic, and you know everybody is looking for the clicks, likes, the views. Everybody's channels are going up. We're getting views, we're getting subscribers, we're getting followers, we're getting all of that. But this is really people's lives.
You know what? I gotta be back.
So it's,
I gotta
it's
be
just
back,
really
y'all.
crazy.
I gotta yo ABC. Hold on, my ABC News Network just hit me. They just gave me the update, y'all. Listen.
Hey everybody, it's that girl Henny. I'm out here covering it.
I just told Dave, New York, I was looking for Henny.
That's me.
Yeah, but I forgot now why I was looking for you.
It's okay. You forgot. When you remember, I'm here.
All right. I'm gonna ask him why I was looking for you.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
All right.
Let me come out there with the little minigun.
No.
Hold up.
Right. Hold up.
Guide me to where I'm going.
Now what's going on there? I said, Jesus, take my hand. I didn't hurt. Ain't no oil on my hand, Jesus. Hold up. When you grip me, I want you to take me up with you, Lord.
I don't want no baby oil. I want holy oil, please.
I said I can't do without you, my Jesus. I said I can't do without you, my Jesus. I cannot do it without you. I cannot do it without you, my Jesus. Oh, whoa.
Everybody, I bought
Can't
pizza.
do it without you,
I
my
bought
Jesus.
pizza, everybody. You want pizza? I got pizza. Free pizza. Free pizza. Free pizza. I brought free pizza for everybody.
Holy oil, thank you. Holy oil it is. Holy oil it is. Before I go upstairs, I'm gonna try to get me some something to eat. You know, you guys have been sending me Cashapp telling me to get something to eat. I need to just go ahead and get something to eat. It wasn't a matter of I didn't have the money to do it. It was a matter of I don't have the time to do it because I come out here to talk to y'all. And while I'm out here talking to y'all, court be going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, court is about to start again at 1:15. But let's just sit over here because I think I need a little bit of sun so that I could kind of like talk to you guys. I kind of just want to be away from all of the noise and the voices of everybody else. So we're across the street at the park, and I'm going to be a little more quieter because we have the major news outlets over here. So I don't want to end up in somebody else's feed in the background of all of that. But like I was just saying, they're going through her escorts right now, and we didn't even get through the whole list. I'm already telling y'all about how there has been relations that are being had on this girl's birthday. She's thinking she's going to go spend her birthday with Diddy, just the two of them. And that ends up not being the case. She finds herself in not one, not two, but three situations with three different partners. She's thinking that because she picked these men, that she was taking some type of control. She talked about how her and Diddy would sit back and they were talking about when they would be watching these corn videos, how they would discuss what the guy's members look like. I kid you not. She said that he would have her do sexting with these guys in his presence. And sometimes she would do it outside of his presence because he wanted photographs and video of them. She would engage in FaceTime intimate actions with these guys and mirror her cell phone to the TV. And so Diddy would be sitting in the room watching these people, watching her. And one of the escorts that she was dealing with, his name was ooh, I forgot. Let me pull his name up real quick. Hold on, you guys. Let me get his name for y'all because I did write it down because I was like, oh, she had faves. All right, hold on. One of the ones that she was cool with seeing was Corral, and then there was Paul, and then there was Don. Okay, so she would call Corral. I believe that's his name, or I will get the correct name. All right. And she would send him stuff like, hey, I'm horny for you, whatever, whatever. He would respond back, and the next thing you know, they're on FaceTime and he's touching himself and she's touching herself. But her phone is being mirrored to the TV. And while they're here having their FaceTime moment, Diddy is sitting in the room over in the corner, self gratifying as they are doing this. Now, the men did not know that he was in there self gratifying because she didn't want to freak them out. So, this is the type of stuff that she's saying was going on throughout all of this time. It's like she was nothing but an intimate slave to him. There was no relationship, there was no none of that. Now, I'm going to say this, and I hope nobody gets mad at me. But part of what I'm feeling is I feel like Diddy probably did a lot of this stuff with her because of, I can't say that. I'm sorry. I can't say that. I can't say that. I'm trying to look at y'all questions. You got one more time. Print, you got one more time to put all of that Joe in there. I said because of who? I can't say that. I know what you're thinking, and I agree. Henny glasses in the chat if y'all know what I was thinking, but I can't say it. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like my pieces. Get the likes up. We understand without you saying based on others' reports. Thank you. Thank you, LaDonna. Tink, I know where you're headed with that. I'm glad. See, we here. The sad part about all of this is watching Jane break down on that stage, on that stand. I know that there's a lot of people that feel like people can actually like fake certain things. And because people don't want to believe certain things are true, they will create narratives, they will spin, and they will say that a lot of these people are not telling the truth. But this is exactly what happens, you guys. It's so bump it. Let's have a real moment. Being somebody who has already gone through all the rigmarole of having people say that you're lying about things that happen to you, whether it be a grape, whether it be an unwanted touching, whether it be a DV situation, when you see this stuff happening to people, it just reminds you of why you didn't want to tell your story. It reminds you of why you may have took a step. It reminds you of that. I have never seen, as a society and as a whole, we are truly screwed up as a people. When we don't know how to actually go and listen to somebody tell their story and allow things to play out in court without giving our thoughts, views, and opinions. And I know you guys tap in for the thought, views, and opinions, but at this particular point in time, it saddens me that we are actually listening to people who are watching the same thing come out of court with different perspectives on it. And when I say different perspectives, I'm talking about pushing a narrative, the victim shaming, the re-victimization of people. I don't know. It's sad. He did it with all the women, Kim, Cassie, Jane Doe, Gina, etc. The sad part is Gina is still caught in the Diddy Matrix because she's not coming to testify. So Gina still doesn't have a voice. If she, but then look at what's happening. Even if she were to come and try to testify underneath the pseudonym, you've got people who are out here actually doxing these people, who are actually figuring out who they are and putting their information out there. The whole purpose of them testifying underneath a pseudonym is to protect their identity and their personal lives. Like I said earlier today, if this was not a publicized case, if this was just a regular case, an everyday people case, these people would be able to testify and they wouldn't be identified. But unfortunately, this is a very public, high-profile case. And so therefore, everybody wants the scoop on who these people are. I don't know. I'm being honest. I think I just like I need to process. I mean, they could be. Watch. If I go and if I ask people to tell me what they thought, what they were thinking about court today, you're gonna get so many different perspectives on things that it's not even funny. Uda.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. See?
That was
Even though
so.
I'm not a Diddy supporter, I still feed the people.
I get it.
Are you in the court? Are you upstairs? No, you stay out here.
What's going on? I brought pizza, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, y'all, I'm about to end this and I'm going to holler at y'all a little later on. I'll give y'all a full breakdown, a little later on after court is over. I just really need to process, and I just really need to process not only what was said, but process the environment around me. Y'all be good, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.